Hi, today I want to share something with you about I'm going to talk about unity consciousness, but I'm going to talk about my experience, which is going to circle back to unity consciousness. So, and I've got a couple of examples of things that have happened recently. So the first one, I was at the gym today and I could feel, so the last few days I've had a lot of energy moving out of my system, and I can feel the distortions and vibrations of things that maybe I've over intellectualized and haven't allowed myself to feel at a human level. And now is the time for these things to be released. And it doesn't feel particularly nice. So as I'm running, I go into a sort of, I don't know, meditative state. And I'm not so much having thoughts, but they're being processed. And I kind of tune into them being processed with this higher version of me. And there was some thoughts around, okay, I'm moving forward, but I don't know where I'm going. And I was feeling anxiety of like not knowing the path ahead. And I was like, but that's fine, but that's fine. So it's like my human is feeling this, and I can also have this higher perspective of knowing it's fine, but I need to have grace for the fact that Amy is feeling this. And then, as I was having these thoughts, the video, so I always have the virtual video on. So I'm running through like Costa Rica or wherever, or the streets of Normandy. And it changed to, I was running along a path and there was a mountain in front of me. And it's like, I can see the mountain in front of me. I know it's going to take some time to get there. I'm on this path right now, but I know there are many paths that I can take. Some are going to be more challenging. There might even be some unmarked trails that I'll have to take. Or I could end up on a really easy path, but there wouldn't be much growth there. It wouldn't be very challenging. So, either way, on the treadmill, I can see exactly where I'm going. But in life, I, the whole experience of being here is not knowing what is going to come. And that is something we have agreed to. We have chosen to not know. So maybe some people know. But me, I have chosen to not know where I am going at the moment. So I'm just having to trust. So I'm heading towards this mountain. And then I have this thought of, you know what, there could be a flood or there could be a storm. And at any moment, I may have to pivot and I start running in a different direction. And I'm no longer running to that mountain. And the choices I make in that moment change every attachment I had to going towards that mountain. So I've pivoted and I start running towards, let's say, another mountain. And then as I'm running, I can't actually see the other mountain. I'm not sure I'm running in the right direction. Part of me knows that I am going the right way because I've been guided this way. Um, but actually, I start to contract, I start to worry. And as I do this, this fog comes in and starts to cover the path in front of me. And then I have to pause. And as I pause, I connect to my inner light. And as I reconnect to the divine spark that I am, I see the sun comes out and it starts to burn away the fog. And I can all of a sudden see a few steps in front of me. And that's all I need to know. I just have to keep moving forward. And right now, that is enough. And then my next thought was, what I don't see is there is a version of me that's already reached the top of that mountain and is calling me and guiding me there. And they are also holding love and compassion for the version of me that sometimes gets a bit scattered and worried when I feel lost and like I'm not on the right path. Anyway, I was chatting to a friend today, and for some reason, the mountain thing came up. And then my phone pinged, and I looked at my message, and someone had shared about a retreat that was going ahead. And it was this picture of a mountain with a sun above it. And I was like, no way. And I hearted it. And and then I was telling my friend about this. I was like, this has just happened. And then I was like, oh my goodness. And then so I have my synchronistic number is 137. I've mentioned this number before. It shows me when I'm in alignment, and it's even started to bleed into like friends' timelines to show them when they are in alignment with me. And so where I had hearted this post about the mountain and the thing, it was like it was emojis, it was 731. And I was like, yeah, I need to go there. And then my friend said, oh, didn't so and so pull the mountain card for you the other day? And so, why I'm sharing this is just to show you that unity consciousness is there's an apparent separation between me and others and the universe, which is ultimately an illusion. And when these things happen, you're reminded there is no separation and we're having this experience as one. Yes, we're having maybe separate experiences, but they make up everything together on a larger scale. And I had this the other day as well. So if you've seen my most recent video, I talk about soul connections, and I wasn't sure whether to share that video, but there was a push in me to do it because people don't normally talk about twin flame stuff. So I recorded that video, and then I had a session with a client who I've probably, I don't know, seen for a year. They come to me quite regularly, and they were like, yeah, I want to tell you something. And they told me that um, they were on the twin flame journey. And uh, then the things they told me that they had been experiencing was exactly what I had put in this video, which was another example, and they even mentioned it at the time, of unity consciousness. Um, yeah, so I would love for you to share any experiences of this that you have had where the universe, who is you, is speaking to you through others, through signs, through synchronicities, numbers, all the things that you tune into as a human. So the number 137, that was for me. It wouldn't necessarily resonate with someone else. Um, anyway, I think those things are fun. Okay, so I'm going to bring through a light language transmission for unity consciousness. So I invite you to close your eyes and take a nice deep breath in. And this is just to remember there is no separation. And when we remember this, it's like we invite more of these experiences in. Ia ti I te riko i o koia nā ki I te taraya ki ana ke a sheke atoro i o ko I ni ki e sheke. Ai a ki a tereke atoro i o ko I ni ki a tereke a teraya sho o yo sho yo no koia ti ana ki e te. Te a ti I te reke e shekoi ai ana ki I. Koia oio toio no koia shiki teraka I neke e shikia teroko oio no koi. I'm actually feeling this in the solar plexus. Kaiana ki e tereke adoro yo shoi aya ki e tereke atarai aya na ki I te. Taiana ki e tereke adoro yo koio no koio toia na ki e shikia atarai. Gaiana ki e tereke adoro yo oio koio no koio toia na ki e shiki e tereke atarai. Nea ke eshe ke I tere ki I toro yo ko oio koia nā ki iti. Taiana ki e tere ke e terai. Ti tere ka uyu ko uyo no koyashi. And just take a nice deep breath in. So I was being shown a mountain and then lots of like golden paths lighting up. And you can go any way. And there's certain things that you are contracted to experience in this life, which you will experience. And even by pivoting and changing your path and going a different way, if there is something you're meant to experience in this life, it will still find you on a different path. So it's trusting yourself the universe, because the universe is you. Oh, I love that. Um, that you are guiding yourself home, like just with a golden thread. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you for being here, sending you lots of love, and I will see you for the next one.